Happy Monday, everyone. King 5 Meteorologist Adam Claibon here with you as we get ready to head into a active period here as we go throughout the week. A little action going to be ahead for Western Washington, weather-wise that is, and it will be bringing rain for us here in the lowlands, but also we're expecting to see snow in the mountains. So we're going to talk about that and some of the breezy winds that we'll have with this system as it moves through on Tuesday. So first, let's talk about the winter storm warnings that have been issued starting at 11 a.m. on Tuesday and lasting until 11 p.m. Wednesday night, and we expect anywhere between 10 to 20 inches generally across the areas that you see shaded there in the pink. Now there could be some isolated higher totals here as we head on into that time. So we got some snow that's going to be on the way there across the higher terrain, and just check out the snow levels. They dip. They get all the way down to 2,000 feet. So every one of the passes will be at play here as far as the snow, and it's not going to be a question. It's all going to be in the form of snow. Here as we head on into tomorrow, especially tomorrow evening and into the day on Wednesday as those snow levels get down to about 2,000 feet. All right, so as we look at the 7-day forecast, tomorrow, temperatures holding pretty steady in the 40s for many spots. We might sneak up into the 50s in a few locations, but it's going to be a kind of a chilly and a raw day as temperatures will only reach the upper 40s in most spots. And also that wind, that will kick up too as we go throughout the day on Tuesday. Expect to see some showers around here in the lowlands, a little more snow for the mountains too. As we mentioned, that warning is until 11 p.m. Wednesday night. So we still are going to have some heavier pockets of snow up across the mountains and maybe a little instability for some thunderstorm activity too. And then we quiet down and we start to dry out and warm up as we head on into the end of the week. Friday and Saturday as highs find their way back into the 60s. Again, with the snow levels getting down there, we are expecting to see snow here at Snoqualmie Pass and also here at Stevens Pass as we go over the next 24 to 36 hours. Won't be snow here, but there will be some moderate to heavier rain, and we should see some decent totals out of this as it moves on through here around Westport and for parts of the coast. While our Squinette side here at Granite Falls, expect to see a bit more of that as well. With Everett, you can see Payne Field right now actually seeing some showers here into your Monday evening right before sunset. In our SEA camera, you can see definitely a few breaks in the clouds, but definitely noticing a lot more of the clouds with little in terms of rain. We'll see highs as we head on into, or temperatures, sorry, as we head on into the night, dropping down into the 40s and only staying more around the low to mid 40s as we really don't have that much of a cooler push of air that's going to be coming on in, at least initially. Now, we are seeing our temperatures beginning to drop a little more here across the mountains. We're at 37 already there at Stevens Pass, 41 at Snoqualmie Pass. Not chilly enough to support snow yet, but it does look like we are going to see that. And you can see where we are noticing more of the difference in terms of the air mass is across the mountains there at Stevens and Snoqualmie Pass, down by 6 degrees from at this point yesterday evening. Now, radar definitely can see just a little moisture out there, but there's not really a whole lot more to really have to deal with here as we head on into the evening. Expect generally conditions to be dry. And then our system up this way here across the Gulf of Alaska will eventually find its way in here, and that's going to help to reduce a lot more of the moisture. But you can see that really getting its act together out this way across parts of the Pacific. So with that being said, yes, we do have the winter storm warnings again out until 11 a.m. or from 11 a.m. Tuesday until 11 p.m. heading on into more of your day on Wednesday. And the winds, they could gust anywhere between about maybe 40 to possibly 45 miles per hour here across some of the higher terrain, and for us here in the lowlands too. So for the rest of this evening and early tomorrow, you'll start to notice winds gradually picking up. Here are some of our gusts looking at 10 to 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. And we're noticing those gusts between about 10 or 20 to 30 miles per hour at this point. They'll continue to get a bit higher as we go later on into the afternoon. This is 4 to 5 o'clock. You can see up around Everett closing in on 40 miles per hour, while many of us probably stay around that 25 to 30 to 35 range. We'll continue on into tomorrow night. A little less in terms of wind, but still some breezy conditions, especially through parts of the strait. Now, it's going to be up here that we could see some of the strongest gusts up this way around parts of Camano and Whidbey Island. So keep an eye out right there if you are going to be dealing with any sort of wind at all here up there across those parts. Now, that starts to weaken a bit, and we still keep breezy conditions into the day on Wednesday, but it is expected to be a bit lighter than what we're seeing on Tuesday. Futurecast kind of has more the same as far as when things do start to pick up. We'll have some of those light showers moving northward here late into the night across Skagit and Whatcom counties. Things start to fill in a bit more by tomorrow morning, and so not really all that wet of a commute if you're you're closer to the I-5 corridor, rain will just be beginning to make its way in. But if you're out towards the coast, yeah, we're going to see the rain coming down steadily at that point. And then it just keeps on coming from there here as we go throughout the daytime hours. That's 2 p.m. there, while still noticing quite a bit of that rain across parts of Puget Sound. Now, North Sound and getting up across the Camino and Whidbey Island, you might notice things actually staying a little drier, some rain shadowing happening up here as we head on into the latter part of the morning and throughout the afternoon. While you can see across the mountains, boy, it is coming down. We are seeing that snow really beginning to fly at that point. Here across, it looks like pretty much every one of our passes at that time. So we'll keep that going on into the evening. Snow levels continue to lower as we head on into tomorrow night. And the back edge of that rain, well, that should be getting out of here by about 9 to 10 o'clock Tuesday night. And then as we head on into Wednesday, more scatter showers as we head throughout the day, and noticing a little more of that snow too, which will burst from time to time. And keep in mind, those snow levels get down to about 2,000 feet. So if you're on maybe some of the higher hilltops, getting up closer to some of the higher foothill communities, maybe a few snowflakes trying to mix in, but no worries about anything really impacting us here closer to sea level at all. And we'll keep most, if not all, of that snow up across that pass level. All right, so as we look at precipitation totals here, you can see from now until Tuesday night, 7 o'clock, about a half an inch to an inch, but we keep it going. And so from here until about early Thursday morning, we could see anywhere between about maybe a half an inch to an inch or inch and a half for areas out towards the coast. While some of those snow totals, we mentioned that they will be between about 10 to 20 inches. It looks like that's what we're expecting into that time. And Stevens Pass up towards Baker, going to be the big winners there. Down towards White Pass too, higher elevations kind of help you out. And then Snoqualmie Pass, not doing too bad either, with amounts getting closer or maybe just shy of 10 inches. Now, futurecasts, you can tell that we got that system moving on out of here. Once that moves off towards the east, Wednesday we have those scatter showers with some snow beginning to taper off as we head on into the evening. And then Thursday, we'll see the last bit of those showers moving on out of here, and then we are in store for a stretch of some drier and quieter weather as we head on into the end of the work week for Friday and then into the weekend as well for Saturday. Overnight temperatures dropping between the low to mid 40s, so it's chilly, but not that much colder yet. Stevens Pass, Snoqualmie Pass, and also down towards White Pass, though, getting close, if not below the freezing point. Snoqualmie Pass, only location that might stay a little above freezing, and we're going to take our time to get below freezing here as we head later on into tomorrow morning. And then check out this forecast right here. These are going to be your daytime highs for tomorrow. As I mentioned, 40s are expected as we head on across some of our locations. Not everyone, but some of our locations, especially for those locations here farther to the north, as everything is loading right here for you. You're going to see a high of 48 degrees as we get closer to Orcas Island. For Anacortes, 48 as well, 47 in Blaine. We'll top off in the mid to upper 40s around Monroe, Maltby, getting up to 46. 49 in Coopville. There's a 50 right there. Camino Island, and we'll top off there at 50 degrees. Upper 40s around Issaquah over towards Mount Paulsville, getting up to 49, 48 in Des Moines, 48 in Belfair, and 49 in Puyallup. And your forecast here, next 7-day stretch, definitely chillier here for the next few days. Average highs in the upper 50s. We're going to stay shy of that at least through Friday. And then by the weekend, we'll start to see those numbers climb back up closer, if not slightly above average, with highs back in the 60s at that point. And then seeing another round of some showers coming back into the picture for us, heading on into next Sunday and into the following Monday. All right, everyone. So if you have plans on trying to make that pass travel and trying to head across the other side of the state here over the next 24 to 36 hours, try to plan accordingly, because we'll definitely have some of that snow breaking out, especially as we head into the latter part of tomorrow morning and throughout a good part of tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow night. And wouldn't be surprised for a good part also of Wednesday with some breaks in between there. Okay, everyone, we'll take care. Just have the rain gear for those of the rest of us here in the lowlands for your Tuesday, and dress warm with all the wind out there. And we'll talk to you soon.